Palace 3-2. It was a hat trick for Jesus. Jesus scored a hat trick. It was a surprising game for me because how can Jesus be scoring a hat trick? It's surprising. Nobody expected him to score a hat trick, but he scored a hat trick to move Arsenal to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. So after today's fixture, they are going to know who they are going to be facing in the semi-final of that cup. Other games that happened in the Carabao Cup, Liverpool qualified and Newcastle qualified for the semi-final of that competition. In other news, in England, as some companies taking over Everton, let's hope that they can invest well in Everton so that Everton uh, will be a superpower, probably a Newcastle or a Manchester City if
And Aston Villa.
Or an Aston Villa if their takeover is complete. So guys, welcome to the show. Welcome. Today we are going to talk about other things. In Coppa Italia, the games happening in Coppa Italians, and we're going to discuss all that on the show. Remember, Chelsea are playing in the conference league, so we're going to talk about Chelsea a little bit in that competition today. Okay, I'm here with John. John, good morning, John. How are you?
Good morning. I'm super excited to be here. It's a fantastic day for football. Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the show.
Okay, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live now on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. Go there, drop your comments. I will be reading your comments live here on the show. Okay, let's start with the Carabao Cup that happened yesterday. I'll give you the result, then we'll talk about some of the games. In fact, all of the games actually, guys, because it's only 3 games that happened yesterday, and one is happening today. That Man U is playing Spurs away for the other quarterfinal fixtures for today. But let's talk about today's results first. Arsenal winning Crystal Palace 3-2, Newcastle 3, Brentford 1, and Southampton again lost, but this time in the competition, Liverpool winning 2-1 in that competition. Okay, let's start with Arsenal. Arsenal winning that game 3-2, and Jesus scoring a second half.
January don't reach now. What do you expect? One way they sign competition. It's crazy. Ateta will now back himself now. You see what I was saying, that I have somebody that is anointed to score goals, and I'm just there watching like Baba. If you just try that thing and you don't sign a striker,
I don't think after signing a striker in January, even if Jesus didn't score a hat trick, he will still not buy a striker in this January.
Ateta should just learn. Otherwise, he's going to suffer in this job, because the fans are, we said something and Bishop said something, and I quite agree with him that yes, if Ateta does not land silverware this year, it's going to be a shambolic season from him, because he's rebuilt Arsenal. If you check out a blog, they were saying that he has rebuilt Arsenal, but this is going to be his biggest hurdle yet. And I confidently agree with that after being in the job for this long, want something in your first season, settle the nerves. Since then it's been barren, and you've just been delivering second position, and at a certain point in time, it's fantastic turnout for Arsenal fans, because if you've been sitting 4th, 5th, 6th over the last 6 years before he came in, you'd be happy seeing the club playing good football and finishing second. But now you need to take it up one notch, otherwise you're going to be a glorified which manager is just an average manager? You are going to be a glorified Sam Allardyce, or a one-trick pony. So you need to take it up, and you can't take it up with Jesus up front. It is a no-no. So please sign a striker and take this team to the Champions League title.
Let me tell Arsenal fans that they are not signing any striker this January. Forget it. Just forget it. Let them. They have to finish with Havertz and Jesus. If they are going to do anything, they are going to sell probably one of them before they buy another striker. I mean, I'm thinking about Osimhen or any big striker. But if you look at this game, it's an interesting thing that happened in this game is Timber played as a centre half.
Yeah.
Partey played as a right back. This Partey thing is not working, but he's insisting that it will work, that it must work. But
look at if Partey was in that midfield, there's no way you concede 2 goals in this encounter. And we keep saying, it's just like Groundhog Day every day at Arsenal right now. And we keep going over the same things, and the same thing still happens until maybe he reach final. This thing costs something like that.
Arsenal play in the semi-final. I think they should take this from the semi-final. They should take it very seriously, because these are opportunities for you to win a trophy.
Of course. you have to take it serious because it demands that you take it serious. It's okay fielding young lads coming up from the round one up to the quarterfinals, but from the quarterfinals down to the finals, you need to take it serious now because this is silverware up for grabs now. It may not be the silverware that the fan base are chanting for because they are chanting for a Premier League title. They are chanting for the Champions League that was denied them in 2006. They are chanting for all the empty years when Arsenal had to take a knee and sell off all their good players just to be able to build the Emirates Stadium and convert Highbury into a world-class hotel that it is now. So the fans are really hungry for some silverware, and Arteta just has to deliver, otherwise he'll be gone.
You need to deliver. Okay, let's talk about this game proper. The first goal was considered by Arsenal in the first 2 minutes or 3 minutes of the game or 4 minutes of the game. They considered a goal. I think Keyword didn't defend that goal very well. It was just a long ball from the keeper to him. I didn't defend it well, and just moved in and they scored the first goal. And Arsenal actually in the second half actually came back to score hat-trick, but poor defending from Keyword.
Yeah, poor defending. I if you look at that back line now, I'm just going to tell you that Timber in the center alongside Kiwior is a mixture for mistakes, and I don't understand why Ateta went that way. But I'm glad he started Kieran Tierney and he saw his performance.
Tierney played. I was actually happy that he played.
Fantastic left fullback. Like look at Tierney, look at Tierney in his first season for Arsenal, scoring goals, creating chances and doing all that and defending quite well. But it's fine. Why push Timber into the center and then play Partey in the right back when that midfield was calling for Partey where Jorginho was, and then you take Jorginho off the team, bring in another centre half and playing where Julian is, move Julian to the right.
Okay, in the second half, Jesus started turning up the heat and he scored a hat-trick. First goal was a very beautiful goal. He could have won a penalty in that, but he decided to stand on his feet and chip over the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Good result, exactly for Arsenal. For Jesus, I think it's very good for him. Scoring a hat-trick in this game was actually good for him.
It's good for him. Now all we need is just for him to pick this performance, copy it and paste it in the Premier League, because let's not forget this is Carabao.
Yeah, and they're playing Crystal Palace in the next game on Saturday. So
you should carry this form into the next match because Arsenal need it right now. We all know that Arsenal have leveraged scoring from the set pieces to win games. We all know that Arsenal have leveraged scoring 1 or 2 goals here and there, but games where it's not coming from the set pieces, it's been dry up front. And if Jesus is resurgent like this now in the Premier League, then that means that Arsenal can start closing the gap on Chelsea and the other guys ahead of them.
Okay, Jesus scoring a hat-trick. It was a beautiful hat-trick. And he scored the 2 more goals that he scored from that place. He moved the ball very well until Saka came in and gave an assist for the second goal. But if you look at that second goal, it was marginally offside. Remember in Carabao Cup, there is no VAR till the semi-finals.
Yeah.
So I think the second goal for Jesus was an offside, but it didn't count. The referee didn't give it. But it's sometimes it happens. That's why VAR is good.
Yeah.
Let's be frank, VAR is good sometimes because some of these decisions, because if they have removed that Jesus probably offside goal, VAR cancelled it. It might have ended 2-2 because Nketiah came in and scored in the second goal. They made it 3-2. Imagine that if there was VAR, it would have entered the extra time. So, but from the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, they will introduce the VAR. So Arsenal winning that game 3-2. So let's see if Arsenal is going to win this Carabao Cup. Remember, they still have a Newcastle in this cup competition. They still have a Liverpool, and Man U and Spurs are playing today. So the semi-final is going to be a big game. Okay, let's move on to the next game. The next game is Liverpool. Liverpool winning against Southampton 2-1. It is expected that Liverpool to win, but okay, 2-1 was close though.
Yeah, 2-1 was close. We're expecting a blowout from Liverpool, but Southampton said that shall not pass, and they stood their ground and fought, played a good game. But I just felt that this was a low ball on Liverpool's side. They could have won by a greater margin, and I just feel like they decided to conserve and then put their interest elsewhere.
Before I ask you for that Liverpool, let's go to our YouTube channel. Remember, we are live, guys, on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We are live now at YouTube at Volt FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments, and I'll read some of the comments here on our YouTube. Okay, Emmanuel Ogitbi, welcome to the show. He's saying Arsenal still haven't learned. He's also saying last season it was Havertz, this season it's Merino. Forcing your best player to play, your best 6 to play right back is crazy. All the showed why he's the best central midfielder. the central midfielder in the league presently. Yeah, he was introduced in the second half, and he got 2 assists in that game. So that's what I think. Arteta is stubborn. I don't know why he's stubborn, but just like his master at City, both of them are just stubborn because Nunes has been playing a left back, left wings for City, and he keep insisting that that thing work. I don't know why he's insisting.
It's not working. Move the man back to his DM.
For Arteta, he kept playing Partey as a number right back, even though he's the best midfielder he has currently, but defensive midfielder he has currently, but he's insisting. But let's see what he's going to be doing. Okay, let's stay with the Liverpool game. Liverpool actually won that game 2-1. If you look at the lineup for Liverpool, he fielded some young lads.
Yeah,
which was expected. I think from the semi-final, everybody was now playing all their big boys. Young lads lineup. If you look at the guy that played the centre half, is Endo played the centre half for him. Half for him. The only another was a big boy. That was the first teammate that played the right back for him. If you look at the midfield, there's only McAllister and the 2 young boys that played with him in that midfield. Elliott played as a winger, but if you look at it, it was expected for them to win, and they won that game.
Yeah, they won the game. I would have wanted it with a better margin, but we didn't get that. So you get what you get and you take what you get. But it's a good one in the sense that there are a couple of players who've been sitting on the sidelines for let's say for the better part of the season, who've not had chance to get some game in. There are also some young prospects from the academy that you want to check them out, give them an opportunity, see what they can create and deliver for the team. And it's a good opportunity to give them that, and at least they didn't lose the ball, they didn't scuttle the chance. Kodegapo coming in with that assist and then the fantastic goal from Nunes. Liverpool are showing that they have a side that can go the distance, and we're still also looking forward to this man Chiesa to start. Chiesa didn't start obviously because it was Gakpo and Harvey Elliott on the wings. But the team that he picked actually gave a good showing of themselves. He came in as a sub for Trent later on in the game and hopefully played out the full second half. So I think Liverpool are through to the semis. I don't think they'll be crying over the results. It's a win, and then they'll move on. Simple.
They'll move on. For Southampton, another game lost for them. They are candidates for relegation, and they have out in the Carabao Cup. They were expecting probably a small miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Probably do. Sometimes this is happening. I remember. I think it's Wigan. Wigan was relegated at some point, and they won the FA Cup that year. And this season they won the FA Cup that year. I think it was Roberto Martinez that was their coach. I can remember. Yeah. So it happened. So probably they were expecting a miracle, but that miracle did not happen.
They should go and bring the relegation master.
Sam Allardyce.
Yes. Go and bring relegation master. Otherwise, you are done.
Okay, let's go to our YouTube channel and talk about some of the comments here. Okay, Samuel Johnson is saying, good morning guys, please let's give Arteta his flowers for yesterday. At least he afforded some rest to his players, and again the issue of Partey at right back, let's not forget that's where he started his career. He played in that position at Atletico before he moved permanently to the midfield. Okay, let's see what Arteta is going to do. But I keep insisting the player Partey as his position.
My problem is if you have a team you are building to win titles, right? And you have a stellar player who is a 10/10 in his position in the DM position, right? Why remove him out of that midfield and drop the midfield performance to 30% just to increase the defense by 2%? It doesn't make sense. Go look at that game yesterday. What was Jorginho doing in that match? For me, I just feel like, Arteta will be pig-headed until he learns by pay. That's just the thing.
Okay, for Liverpool has qualified for the semi-final of that competition. Samuel Johnson is also saying, all the same, I love the energy and intensity from my guys last night, and I just wish they played like this against Everton. Okay. He's talking about Arsenal. Premier League, sometimes these things happen. Sometimes you win a big game, next game you don't even win it.
For me, Arsenal threw that game away when they made some of those funny positions changes that they made.
I thought I made a substitute that
he threw away that game because they could have won that match fair and square, and it just died out to be a boring game. A lot of players that should have been starting were on the bench. A lot of players that should have been in their basic position moved out of that position, and the team suffered. So, and then secondly, it also exposed the open hole in Arsenal's team, which is the attack position, because Havertz cannot sit in that box and camp to receive service, and when he leaves that position to come back and join the build-up play, there is lack of somebody up front to receive the chances they are creating.
Okay,
You know,
let's see what happens in this semi-final of this competition. Okay, let's move on to the other games that happened in Carabao Cup. Newcastle winning Brentford 3 goals to 1. Okay, Newcastle are in the semi-final of that competition. I think
Sandro Tonali scoring
scoring two
two.
goals, two
Yeah.
goals. That was fantastic, and they had more shots on one shot in total in that game, 23 shots, which is fantastic. It has 5 shots on target, more possession, more passes. I think Newcastle played well in this competition, and they deserve to be in the
They
semi-finals.
played well. They came out to win the match. That's the most important thing. And the players you rely on to come good for you came good for you when the moments matter the most. And for Brentford, I don't think they'll feel too hard done by this, because they have a small squad and they cannot match all competitions with their full force. So I think, when if for example, when you know how much you have in your bank account, you cut your desire according to what you have. At the end of the day, you can stay in Europe position in the Premier League. You can afford to miss out on the Carabao Cup and maybe focus more on the FA Cup. So for me, I feel like there's nothing to be ashamed of here for Brentford. And Wissa got a goal. Mbemo didn't
Uh,
get a goal as well. So,
they scored the 91st minute, almost the last
yeah.
minute of the game. Okay, let's see what happens in the semi-final. Because let's talk about today's fixtures. Today's fixture is Spurs is going to be hosting Manchester United. That's going to be a big game in this Carabao Cup because Amorim is going to be looking to get his first trophy. Ateta came in around this period for Arsenal, and he won the FA Cup after 6 months being in charge. So this is an opportunity for Amorim to win a trophy for Manchester United.
Yeah.
And for Angie is saying that he wins trophies in his second season. That's my
Very
own.
poetic, right?
That's where I want to go in, because he said that he always wins something. The sports coach says he always wins something in second season, and if he wins this, no matter how he finishes in the league, he will come out and say that I told you people I win something in my second season. So, but that game is going to be interesting. I don't think both teams will take it seriously. Amorim was talking to the press for that game, and he mentioned again Rashford, and what he said about Rashford is that if he was Rashford, he would, instead of going to the press to talk, or going to talk to the press, you probably would have come to him as the manager and speak one-on-one before saying anything.
Yeah.
But that's his own opinion. But he kept saying that his team, that everything is still open for Rashford to be back in the team. But if you look at this game that is happening today, what do you think will happen today? Andy to win his trophy in his second season, or Amorim to continue his magic?
If this game goes sideways for Tottenham Hotspurs, they still have the FA Cup, so
Yeah,
at least they still have that one.
And they still have conference. The Europa League too.
They still have Europa League, so let's not. But I think Angel would rather win this one, have it in the bag, and then because another thing you can't prepare for is fixtures in the FA Cup, fixtures down the line in the Conference League. You never know how it's going to get. So a bird in hand is worth two in the market, right, or in the field. So this would be the key fixture. But for me, talking about the Rashford situation, when he went to that press conference, his time at Manchester United ended.
Once you go to that press conference,
Straight up,
your own has
your
finished.
own don't finish. Straight up. So everything Amorim is trying to do is trying to whitewash image, let it not be that he's going to be held responsible for whatever happened. But I think the fans already know. The fans already expect him to be out of there. And I think in this game he's going to hear they are away. In the next home game, he's going to hear a good portion of what the fans think about that decision, because it's, for me, I feel it's when you are a megalomania, that's when you do stuff like this. You have a new manager come over, you have access to the manager. It's not like the manager cut himself off or he takes himself away from the team. You should have that conversation with the manager first before going to the press. In the case of Cristiano Ronaldo, he was not getting a time in. He wasn't having his time on the pitch. He wasn't even having a time of day of Ten Hag at the time, and he had to do what he had to do to go where he is.
He has made up his mind that
he's already made up his mind that he's leaving. So for me, telling me now that you need a new challenge It means that he's made up his mind too that he's leaving United. He wants to go, and it's good for the financial. I'm sure the accountant of Manchester United will be popping champagne when that press conference came out, because they are going to get that weight off their shoulder. It's like fighting a battle with one hand tied behind your back right now. But let's come back to the game. This is a litmus test for Tottenham FC, because they are the perennial bottlers in the Premier League.
They bottle everything.
They bottle the Premier League.
I can remember them bottling a two horse race against Leicester City.
Yes.
Actually ended
that
up finishing.
season that Bale was around, that Bale was firing, they were beating Arsenal black and blue, they were doing things in the league. What happened? How far?
They finished third in the two horse race. It was
Can
crazy.
you imagine?
They bottle everything.
So, I'm not excited for Tottenham coming into this match. I'm more excited to see Amorim beat these guys soundly and then progress. At least let him carry that Carabao Cup. And
so you think Amorim is going to be winning this game? They are going away.
They are going away, yes, they are going away. But let's not forget, right? Apart from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium being one of the best in the Premier League right now, if you look at that amenity, you know why. Apart from that, I don't think we are going to get the same energy we got at White Hart Lane. One, and I don't think that the fan base are going to affect how Manchester United play. It's now going to be, did he pick the right squad? And did he get the star boy in the squad? And can they perform?
Now, going back to this Rashford position, now, just to think about it, this is the competition that he needs to probably prove himself. If
that's the team.
If he was dropped for the Premier League, normally what the coach will do is to give him another chance in a Carabao Cup like this. I don't know if he's going to start today, but if you look at our YouTube channel, Emmanuel Leo is saying, "Good morning, guys. Angie just daydream. He's not winning anything." Marcus Rashford and Ganacho was dropped out of the squad. One of them rushed to the media to mumu like Sancho. Why Ganacho went to train. He's also saying what he doesn't know is that no club is willing to accommodate a complacent player. So Rashford will finally be forced to work hard like what Sancho did. He was bad in training at United but good at Chelsea. I think for Rashford it's going to be a very, very big thing for him, because which club will pay you 350,000 pounds?
You are going to have to take a pay cut. That's another humility. Come back down to earth. You are going to take a pay cut. You are going to lose status because you are going to be coming off the bench until you become a starter elsewhere. So you are going to lose a year in football rather than sticking it out where you are and facing the challenge that you've been avoiding. There's one thing in football, even in life, for example. Now, I will give you an instance from an Avenger movie. Until they lock you inside that camp where you are surrounded by terrorists, you cannot build your Iron Man suit. You can't build your Iron Man suit. So Rashford has to go back to that challenge that he left off when he had a bad season. After having a 30-goal-a-year season, he dropped off, he lost form. The people around him were getting in his head, telling him he's a superstar, he should be on 500k, they should put his face on Mount Rushmore and all of that. And the Baba fell off a cliff, partying, coming to training late, all sorts of rubbish that was unnecessary. So he has to climb back. Because anyway,
see what happens. For example, if you are given a management to manage a company, for example, they bring you in to manage probably let's say like a media company, like let's say this radio station, and they bring you to manage it. First thing you ask for the staff files.
Sure.
They give you the staff files. You now be seeing Osemeke, John, suspension for coming late. You open it again for fighting. You open it again for punching another staff.
Liability.
So I think imagine Amorim coming into Manchester United and they gave him a file and he opens it. He's seeing partying. He's late coming to training. He's seen all sorts of things. It will stick in his mind that this guy is not
I'm
serious.
going to check you out on something now. When you come to a place new, everybody is on their best performance. You don't know who is who.
But you have the files.
But when you have the files, you know who is pretending, who is a time waster, who is a liability, who you need to kick out of the club without even thinking about it. And when that player is not making his life worse by doing things like going to the media, it just makes the decision for Amorim super easy. Please go.
Okay, let's talk about the
And
sports
then
side.
finally, it shows the mentality of both players because two players were dropped from the squad. One went to train, another one went to the media.
Well,
It
the,
shows you the
well,
mindset.
one of them is 18 years old. The other one is
No, but it
27.
shows you don't need to be 18 to be, you don't need to be 30 to be mature. You can be mature as an 18-year-old, have your life planned out, and be pursuing a vision.
Okay,
Simple.
okay. For Angie, do you think? Okay, let's talk about the prediction for this game. For Angie, do you think he can win this game? Okay,
Mm.
let's see. Who do you think will win this game?
This game is very, very precarious in the sense that on one side, you have Tottenham FC that can lose to the smallest teams 2 weeks in a row and beat Man City or go and beat who they beat this last something.
Southampton
That's
game.
what you have on one side. On the other side, you have the Manchester United, which is they are doing well now under this newfound leadership, under the new structure with the team, but they slip through games most of the times, and you can't bet on them. I'm sure even Bishop can't even bank on these guys right now. So it's a game of who wants it more. And right now, I want it more. And if he picks the right players, they should be able to beat Spurs. But if they do not turn up like they did against a couple of other games this season, it's going to be a second L for Amorim.
Talking about again in our YouTube channel, he said it wasn't about complain about only two people. A new coach was hired and he flew to America with Casemiro, and Casemiro went back to training hard, but Rashford just dey play. Okay, he's talking about the Enyimba game. Enyimba game, they lost that game
Mm-hmm.
against Mozambique. Yeah, I don't know. And Giant Plus, when they go to continental football, they don't do well. But let's stay with the Carabao Cup now. Let's get a prediction for that game: Spurs versus Man United.
Man United, Muna no form my hands, but Man United win.
Man United to win. Okay, that's all the game. The other games are in the Carabao Cup. So three games were played yesterday, and the only one played today is Man United and Spurs. After that game, they will know who faces each other in the semi-final of that competition. I think it's going to be a good competition because these four teams that are going to qualify, whether Manchester United or Spurs, is going to be a four big teams playing
Yeah,
in the
it's going to be
semi-final.
Spurs, Spurs or
Okay,
United,
Spurs or United,
then
Arsenal,
Newcastle,
Arsenal
Arsenal.
and Liverpool. So
Yeah.
it's going to be an interesting competition. Okay, before we move away from England, there are other news happening everywhere in England. For Newcastle, they have a new owner.
Mm.
Newcastle have a new owner. Is Franklin Groups have taken it today. They're actually going to sign that contract today. So they are
For
going to
Everton.
for Everton. It's going to be a new era for Everton. What do you think will happen? They have struggled. They are where they deducted points because of they couldn't balance their
Yeah,
books.
their books,
Yes,
yes.
now they are going to have a new owner. I think that they need a new owner. Everton is a old name, is a old football club that actually needs to be on top of the Premier League.
This deal has been a long time coming. There's been a lot of legal fireworks and paperwork that they need to jump over to get this deal through. Everton, there's talks about a new stadium. We don't know how far for that one. There's talks about better wages for the players. We don't know how far for that one. There's talk about a transfer budget for the team because the team keeps signing young talents and then developing them and then excelling them off to balance their books. And at a certain point in time last season, they had to, was it last season or the season before, they had to take that risk and spend over 100 million to try and get in some good players in, and that was what made them breach the PSR, and they suffered for it, they paid for it when they were deducted those points, but they fought their way back to stay in the Premier League. Kudos to them on that. Finally, with this deal going over the line, we would like to see a lot of investment into the club. First, infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, transfer market. And then thirdly, looking towards the stadium, because when you're playing in the Premier League, one of your biggest levers to grow your business is your ticket sales. And if you're playing in a backwater stadium like they're playing in a backwater stadium right now, you need to upgrade or you need to get a new stadium. And there's plans for that. It's just that funding has been an issue. So hopefully now that can be the thing. When a visionary is when you see somebody who can stay in 2019 and tell you, say, Baba, 2024, see how Nigeria go day.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? And that's what Wenger was. And he did it at Arsenal. Took 4 seasons of no trophies, selling players off, the fans literally dying in real life. and die, or let me say they felt like they were dying, but Baba was building an Emirates stadium. My only annoyance is that I didn't make it 75,000 to rival Old Trafford, but it's fine.
Okay.
So hopefully Everton get that. Tottenham have done it as well too, and Liverpool, they are working on their own stadium as well. So hopefully they get that too.
Okay. Let's hope that it goes well for Everton because they deducted point, they survived, and they deduct point deduction,
Yeah,
survived all the sanctions they gave them to stay
yeah.
in the Premier League. So kudos for them. For let's hope that this takeover will push that club forward. For other news in England, Victor Pereira has signed as a new Wolves manager till 2020. Was a coach for Al Shabab in Saudi Arabia. So I think they paid a lease clause of £1 million for him, for Wolves, to bring him. So, but the guy, what do you think? You think he can improve Wolves? Or Wolves are candidates for relegation, so he needs to actually hit the ground running.
My joy
There's
is that it's
no,
not a 1 year contract, so it's
yes,
a 2 year. So
he has to
the
rebuild.
sooner you save them, the better for you. But if they go on relegation, and you have to take them back to the Premier League. But for me, the jury is out on this guy until he hits the ground running. We see how they play, like we see what they are going to do on the pitch, and then we can know. But for me, I'm just going to hedge my bets right now.
If you look at his record, do you think that he somehow can make survive? They can survive this relegation battle?
I think they can survive the relegation battle. It's just how are they going to turn up. You see, Wolves this season, they have a couple of players there. Yes, they don't have the superstars. I don't think their squad is worth up to £200 million, right? But they've been getting some wins. They've gotten some results. It's just about a new manager coming in, putting his arm around those guys and making them believe again. Because one of the things that can happen to players in football is at a certain point in time, you lose, you lose, you lose. You have the media on you, you have the fans on you. At a certain point in time, that water, instead of making you float on the ocean, it start making you drown. And a new manager can just come in, cut all that noise out, and pump in belief into the players. And I think that's what he's going to do at Wolves.
Okay, let's see what he's going to do. He's going to sign a contract for 2 years, and he's going to stay there and try to save Wolves from relegation because Wolves are in a very, very, very difficult situation now.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens in that for him in Wolves. Okay, let's move over from England to other leagues because in the La Liga, 2 games was played yesterday, and Villarreal and Rayo Vallecano played the 1-1 draw, and Espanyol too and Valencia played the 1-1 draw. Let's talk about the Valencia game because Valencia is a club that is surprising me in this La Liga. How can a club like Valencia be last in they stay last in the league? That means they are candidates to relegate. But it's a surprising thing for me because they are, just few years ago, they were a big club.
Few years ago, they were always top four, top six in the La Liga. At a certain point in time, top three when they had the golden generation. But it's another story of the huge disparity of financial power in the La Liga. If you go to the La Liga, there is only the top two and everybody else. If you look at where you finish in the La Liga, finishing outside that top two position, your TV rights money, every other thing you should be getting that year, the gap is so wide, unlike the Premier League. And so if you are not like Girona that have backing or new owners coming in, you can't compete. And that's it. And if you look at Valencia have literally had to sell off almost all the star players, academy graduate they had, and start to rebuild. Is this rebuild now we want to bump their heads?
Okay, the other game is Villarreal and Rayo Vallecano. 1-1-2 in that game.
Yeah, 1-1. Rayo have been doing well. They held Real Madrid to that 3-3 draw, and they were also able to hold these guys now in this encounter. I feel like it's expected, rather than you take the L, you get a point, and everybody goes home happy.
Okay, that those two games ended a draw in both games. So let's see where they are going to finish in the La Liga. But if you also look at the table in the La Liga, is Barcelona still stay first with 38 points. Atletico with a game in hand has 38 points. Real Madrid with a game in hand has 37 points. So talking about Real Madrid, they played an intercontinental final yesterday.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, it means that it used to be the Club World Cup. Now they expanded it and moved it to the summer, but they still play the intercontinental. That means the winners of winner from Africa, Asia, they play. But the difference now is that the European clubs go straight to the final. So Real Madrid is only played in the final in this Intercontinental Cup, and Real Madrid winning a club from Mexico, Pachuca.
Yeah, Pachuca,
Pachuca, they won that game 3 goals to nil, and Mbappe scored in the first half, and the second half, Rodrigo in the 53rd minute, and penalty for Vinicius in the 84th minute to give them a 3-goal win in
good
that
win
game.
for them. You can't explain. It's crazy though.
Pachuca.
Pachuca, yeah, they've had a couple of products in the Premier League. If you go back, I think you have Giovanni Dos Santos and one other player that have come in from that side, and they've been good in the Premier League so far. But it is what it is. It's Real Madrid, Baba. It's Real. I'm sure the players were more starstruck than fighting to win the match, but it's fine. Real Madrid win.
Mbappe coming back from injury to score another goal. Mbappe slowly is getting his form back. He's been scoring goals. It was a beautiful goal. That first goal, it was from Drew to Vini, from Vini to Mbappe goal. I think three of them are trying to get their
This thing to
yeah,
work, yeah.
yeah, and it's working gradually. I think Mbappe is doing very well at Real Madrid. If you look at his record, even though they are still comparing him with the record he has
At
with
PSG,
at
yeah.
PSG, which is very difficult, but it
It's
will
going
take
to
him
it's
time.
going to take time. That's the most important thing. You can't rush some of these things. For example, now I'll give you a clear cut example. If you go back at Arsenal's time, there was a certain time where you had a Henry Van Persie. There was a certain time when you had a Rooney and was it Rooney Nistelrooy now? Rooney and one other striker. Those pairings, Rooney Berbatov, those pairings always take time to mature. At Arsenal, it was a certain Aubameyang Lacazette and vibe where they're close friends, they party together, they play together, they score, they create for each other. It's going to take time over here at Real Madrid, and so everybody has to give them time. One, he's just moving new to Madrid, so it's going to take time. And of course, it didn't help him that he's missing golden opportunities like the penalties, but at least he's atoning by scoring some goals here and there too.
Okay, that trophy made Ancelotti. Ancelotti became the most Madrid manager with the most titles. So
Wow.
Ancelotti became the manager with the most titles for Real Madrid. He has 15 titles for Real Madrid, which is a very, very good achievement for him. He is a legend for the club now,
Yeah.
and he is legend for himself. So congratulations to Ancelotti for becoming the manager with the most trophy for Real Madrid. So Real Madrid winning that Intercontinental Cup 3 goals to nil. Okay, let's move over to the Ligue 1. Ligue 1, big games happened in Ligue 1 yesterday. It was two big guys, the first and the third, playing, and that game ended 4 goals to 2 in favor of PSG. It was Monaco versus PSG in that game. PSG are winning that game 4 goals to 2. What do you make of that? I think PSG is going to win this league. That win gave them a 10-point lead from them now. It's Marseille. They have 10-point lead against Marseille now. It's going to be hard for them to lose this
It's
league
going to
again.
be hard for them to lose it. It's a good game. Desire Due opening the scoreline. You have Dembele scoring twice, and then Goncalo Ramos again scoring for the side. But good game, good win. I think they were always reaching to win this match in one way or another. They have a better squad, and they deserve. They just want it more. But one of the highlights of the match was when Donnarumma took a boot to
Yes,
the
on to his
face.
face. He has to have stitches on his face.
So it's going to now tell. I don't know how it's going to tell for them going forward, if he's going to be able to perform or if he has to wear a mask now like Peter Cech.
Okay, in that game, Enrique is struggling in the Champions League, but
Yes.
he's winning the PSG. Do you think if he probably wins the league unbeaten and he loses out, because the next game I think he's playing one of those two games that is remaining in the Champions League, he's playing Manchester City in one of them, so it's going to be tough. Do you think if he loses out in qualifying in knockout stage of for the Champions League, they should sack him?
I agree.
They should sack him.
Yes.
But they say that they are building.
They are building, but this is Paris Saint-Germain. You need to be able to read the je ne sais quoi. You need to be able to read between the lines when you're at a club. And the body movement, they say that 80% of communication, 20% of communication is just the words. The rest are the tonality, the body language, all the other context of the words being said. And when they tell you they are rebuilding is that they've sold Mbappe. That's what that rebuild is, that they are moving towards youth. Go and check all the signings they've made. 80% of those signings are above 25. We can't call those guys youth because they are midway through their careers already. So the body language is we moved away from one star player to other star players, and that's what it has been. But if you go and check the context, Paris Saint-Germain do not place that league on a pedestal. It's only when you have a poor showing in a Champions League, you now do not win the league on, that you can go. So, but for now, not even qualifying out of this new format is
It's going to be bad.
is going to be terrible. It's unacceptable, in fact, because the fans of Paris Saint-Germain already expect Ligue 1. They already expect it. They already expect the coupe de la Ligue or whatever. They expect that one too. So it's in the bag. So this is what we are talking about when we talk about your successes or your past successes raise the expectation of the fan base. And then even when you have a stellar season like you're having in the league on, everybody only focuses on the demerits of the Champions League.
Okay, let's see what happens with Enrique, especially if he doesn't qualify for the Champions League. But for Ligue 1, if you look at the table, they are 10 points ahead of Marseille, even though they have played one game in hand, but it's still 10 points, which is very, very, and they are still unbeaten in the Ligue 1, which is very going to be hard.
Going unbeaten and then losing your job at the end of the season.
Just imagine that. Okay, let's see what happens with PSG and Enrique. They won that game against Monaco by 4-2. Okay, before we move over to other games, because we have Coppa Italian that is going to happen today and games happened yesterday. I'll now talk about Chelsea in the Conference League. Before that, you can now call us to tell us your prediction for today's game in the Carabao Cup. It's Spurs versus Manchester United. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us your prediction for that game. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, I can't hear you very well. You can call us 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Okay, hello, good morning.
Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Pedro from Ebola.
Okay, Pedro, what is your prediction for today's game?
Yeah, please, what did Brentford yesterday?
Who? Brentford lost 2-1 or 3-1, right?
3-1.
3-1 against Newcastle.
Okay. My prediction for today's game is Tottenham 3, Man U 1.
Tottenham to win 3-1.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, call us and tell us your prediction for today's game. Is Amorim trying to win his first competition for Manchester United? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay. What is?
As for the issue, I don't.
Hello. Okay, I can still hear you very well. You can still call back 0706 048 5853. You can even tell us what you think about this Rashford situation, because it's going to be tough after today's fixtures. Today's game, we will know because if he doesn't play today's game, it's going to be tough for him to come back in the Premier League if he cannot get a game in the Carabao Cup. Okay, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Emeka from Ababa.
Okay, Emeka.
Welcome.
What is your contribution, Emeka?
Let me predict Man U versus Tottenham.
Okay.
Tottenham is going to lose by 3-1.
Okay, Tottenham to lose. Okay.
But I have an observation, please.
All right.
You have been giving us all these fixtures, but no time. Most of us are not using Android phone. So we would like you to be giving us time of the match.
Okay. For the game against Manchester United and Spurs today, that game is happening 9 p.m. Nigerian time.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, I think he's right. Good observation. So I'm going to be giving you times of those games. Once there's an important game, I'll give you the time of those games. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen. Everybody.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yes, I'm Vitalis, Winchester Stafford Bridge, aka One Dine there.
Okay, what is your prediction? You can give us a prediction for Chelsea game today. Give us all the prediction today.
And then their prediction, you know what we can do.
Okay.
We'll just give the small boys. There's a good match.
Okay.
Very simple.
Okay. Well, how about the Man U game?
Man U game. I want Man U to win Tottenham.
Okay.
I know it's my life, but I wanted to win Tottenham. Yes.
Okay.
That is why Man U give them maybe 3-1.
Okay.
They should manage 3-1.
All right.
So for Rashford should go away from Manchester United. He should go to Atletico Madrid. Yes, they should. I'm telling you honestly, he should go away from Manchester United if he want to save his career, because that time only want to finish him.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think he probably after this season he's going to be one of the part of the thing when they want to release a player. They check the salary. Just look at Chelsea. They are trying to release Sterling, Chilwell from that because of their big pay. Even if they are probably any 100,000 per, they might just let's free them. But any big money is a very dangerous thing.
But look at it now. You release those guys from those big pay. You bring other redundancies in on the big pay.
Well, let's see. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Okay, Sama from Abuga.
Okay.
I greet everyone in the studio.
Thank you very much. Morning. What is your contribution?
Okay, I think it's time for Rashford to take a
bow. Take a bow, yes.
Okay.
So let him move on. If you say the time where that devil use time agree, make you follow Chelsea, that time Chelsea are interested in him, would have been a life would have changed now. So, but he never too late. Let him move on.
Okay.
So, because out of his age now, Chelsea don't need that kind of age, because for 27 years you have overstaying your welcome at Chelsea. So, but no problem.
Okay.
Then for United and Tottenham, is Tottenham for Man U too.
Oh.
Then you know that Obi Ajuro FC, there's nothing like expedition again. It's just how many goals the team will collect.
Chelsea, okay. Chelsea Obi Ajuro FC now.
Obi Ajuro FC.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, that was a good prediction. Everybody is predicting their own, but it's going to be a very, very good encounter. I think both managers will take this competition seriously. Okay, let's move on to our YouTube channel before we take more calls. Samuel Johnson saying, I want Spurs to beat United so that we could have a potential North London derby in the semi-final or the finals. Okay, and Ecletus will be, he said, it was an amazing Atlanta demolition on Cesena. Still a win for Lukman. I am enjoying Atlanta soaring this season in all competition. Okay, we'll talk about that now. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yeah, I'm Roland from New York.
Okay, what is your contribution?
Okay, I see I'm beating Man U by 3 goals to 2.
Okay. Oh, everybody's predicting these 3 goals. This is going to be a big scoring game. Yes.
Yeah, there will be a lot of goals in the match.
Yeah.
4 goals.
Okay.
Okay.
And the other end, I want to comment on the Rashford issue.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sometimes when a player, like a player plays in a particular team, it looks as if he's not doing very well. That Rashford is a very good player anyway. Rashford is a good striker.
Okay.
He needs a perfect team to fit into. But I don't know what happened with him in Man U. At the time, I think he will be their Messiah. Suddenly, things started falling down, thing or that. I don't really know what happened. But I still believe that guy going to a good club, when you go to find a good club, you see you perform wonders.
Okay.
You'll be a very good striker at that club.
All right.
You have a very good opportunity, you have a long way to do.
Okay. Thank you for your contribution. Okay, let's see if he's going to move to another big club, because the problem is going to be his wages.
Yeah.
Who is going to pay him that?
He's going to have to take a pay cut.
That's how he's going to do it.
Not 2 ways.
Okay, let's take one final call before we talk about Chelsea. Chelsea's playing in the Conference League today. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
This man United calling from IMG.
Okay, what is your prediction for today's game?
My prediction. Good day, John. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. I don't hear your prediction for your neighbor game. What thing we go play now?
I say Man U go win now.
Wow. This one where you wish me like this today, I feel like I agree with John. We are going to win the game 2-0.
Okay.
Yes, because we want to hear John on first so that later hear what he will talk.
Okay.
Yes, I will try beat Tottenham for John. I bet I just beat out Tottenham for John, make him relax.
Okay, all right. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, Chelsea is playing in the Conference League today. They are playing in Shamrock Rovers. They are playing Shamrock Rovers in the Conference League today. It's going to be a blowout because Chelsea have to play. I think they are going to play their third team.
Yes.
Feel the young boys to just warm up. They are playing in Stamford Bridge. There is no rush. Just feel the
There's no
young
rush,
boys.
no rush, but you know,
They have a perfect record in
they
this
are
league.
saying it now that they will just go there, you know, do one or two. More na no go catch bullet o, more na just
Come on,
do na
there's
normal.
pata na go draw like this match go end. It cannot be anywhere near. Come on, it's Chelsea.
I like your faith. I like your faith.
Chelsea is playing what is Shamrock Rovers.
Until game start, you go know how far.
But
If this game ends with anything less than 3 goals for Chelsea, you know say Chelsea just walk through this game.
okay, let's see what Chelsea is going to look at that competition in the Europa Conference League. Chelsea has a perfect record. They have played 5-1-5, scored 17 goals, which is very, very massive. I think they have scored highest goal in this competition. So everybody is expecting actually to win this competition. If you look at the big boys that, or I won't call them big boys, the big team that are playing this conference league, maybe Fiorentina is only, for me, is only big team that is playing. Apart from, for instance, if you look at old names like Real Betis and Copenhagen's, apart from this,
how many Europa or Championship level have Real Betis won?
Anything that in short of Chelsea winning this competition is going to be a failure. So, but we know that Chelsea is going to.
I'm going to even call it's going to be a Fiorentina Chelsea in the final.
That's what it's supposed to be, exactly what it's supposed to be. But let's see how Chelsea is going to progress in this competition. Okay, finally, let's move on to Coppa Italia, because Coppa Italia is the cup that's happening in Italy. And if you look at games that happened yesterday, 2 days ago, Juventus winning Cagliari in one of those games. Therefore, yesterday is Atlanta winning Cesena 6-1, and Roma winning Sampdoria 4-1. But Atlanta has been a team that has progressed very well in this competition, in every competition, in Champions League, in the league. They are first in the league, and even in this competition they are taking every competition seriously.
Very seriously.
They don't want to even hear. They play their team, play their game, play their team, and trash everybody on the way.
That's the thing now. Look at, that's what I'm saying. How you start a game, how you start a match tells how far you want to go. And they just came here where they could have settled for 2 or 3 goals, 3-0. They went and blew them out of the water, simple and short. And I like to see that, because it means that you mean business and you're not here for stories. So I like that result. My guy got in on the goals. I think he got a brace. Charles de Catalia got a brace, and then this other man again, what's his name now? Smart Zidik got a goal too.
Okay, they are one of their star players, Lukman Lee. He went to Africa, Morocco actually, to take his African best fuller of the year, but he didn't feature in this game. Probably in the weekend he's going to feature and show the fans his own African Ballon d'Or.
Yes,
he is doing well. And the other game that happened in the Coppa Italia is Roma winning Sampdoria 4-1. It was expected for them to win, though.
Yeah, it was expected. And guess who? The usual suspect, Artem Dovbyk. I hope you are seeing this guy now.
They play anything for Roma this season. This battle, the last season he played. For today's game,
how many goals he gets compared with Jesus?
Let leave Jesus. Jesus is not a number 9. Jesus is the person that causes chaos but doesn't score goals. Okay, for today's game in the Coppa Italia is Inter Milan and Udinese. Let's get operation for that game before we call it a day.
It's going to be an Inter win.
Inter to win.
Yeah.
Inter to win, and it's going to be a very, very good competition. If Inter wins, Juventus, Atlanta, Roma, and Inter Milan, all of them will be in the next round of that game. So it's going to be a very, very good competition. Okay, Inter to win for John. For me, Inter should be winning in today's game against Udinese. But let's see. Football is a very crazy stuff. You might be predicting Inter to win, but Udinese might just find a way to win. Okay, thank you for joining us on today's show. Tomorrow we'll come here again 8 a.m. sharp. We'll come and talk sports, all the games, especially that game against Manchester United and Spurs. We're going to dwell on it tomorrow to see who is going to join the others in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. My name is Godwin, and have a Merry Christmas. Remember, it's a Christmas season. I keep saying it on. It's a Christmas season. Let's share love. If you have gifts, if you have more than your neighbor, just give your neighbor. Let's share love. Nigeria is tough this period, and when we share love, we grow together as a nation. Hopefully 2025 will give us a better year as a
better
nation,
year
and better footballing,
better
fun
footballing,
again. Give us everything we need. Okay,
more
happy
money, more cooler.
more money for John and for me too. Okay, Merry Christmas, guys, in advance. Next week is Christmas, so let's enjoy our season of Christmas. Let's share love and happiness. My name is Godwin, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.